Have you ever boarded a commercial flight, watched the safety demonstration covering life vests, oxygen masks, and emergency exits, and wondered why a parachute was never mentioned as an option at all? Every other catastrophic scenario the airline can imagine seems to have an equipment-based answer built into the safety briefing. The most commonly imagined disaster, the plane falling out of the sky, apparently does not. This is not an oversight, and it is not a cost-cutting decision either. A parachute on a commercial flight would be almost entirely useless for reasons that have everything to do with physics and almost nothing to do with the parachute itself. Parachutes work because a skydiver jumps from an aircraft specifically designed and slowed for the purpose at a controlled altitude, in a stable falling position, with extensive training in how to exit safely, deploy correctly, and steer toward a survivable landing. Every part of that process depends on conditions that a commercial airliner in genuine distress simply does not provide. But here's the surprising truth. A commercial aircraft cruises at speeds and altitudes that make the basic act of safely exiting the aircraft before any parachute even matters essentially impossible for an untrained passenger. At typical cruising speed, opening a door mid-flight against the pressure differential and airflow involved is not something a passenger could physically achieve, even if the door mechanism allowed it, which modern aircraft doors are specifically engineered to prevent while under pressure. In the rare scenario where an aircraft is genuinely depressurized or already disabled, the surrounding air temperature and lack of oxygen at cruising altitude would cause incapacitation within the very short window of useful consciousness available, long before an untrained person could locate, attach, and correctly deploy a parachute they had never trained with. Think of it like handing someone a fire extinguisher in a burning building who has never been shown which end faces outward, while the building itself is collapsing around them and filling with smoke faster than they can read the instructions printed on the canister. The tool might theoretically work in ideal conditions. The conditions of an actual emergency make using it correctly, under panic, without training, essentially impossible regardless of how good the tool itself is. There is also the matter of scale. Aircraft carry hundreds of passengers, and exiting an aircraft sequentially, one person at a time through a single available opening, even under perfectly calm and controlled conditions, takes considerably longer than the realistic emergency timeline most catastrophic in-flight failures would actually allow. So, if parachutes are genuinely this impractical for passengers, why do many aircraft still carry a small number for crew in extremely specific, rare professional contexts, such as certain test flights or military transport roles? The answer, as is often the case with specialized equipment, comes down to training and context, rather than the equipment itself being inherently useless. Crew members in those specific roles undergo extensive parachute training, operate under conditions where a controlled jump at appropriate altitude is genuinely anticipated as part of the mission profile, and are equipped and briefed accordingly well in advance. None of those conditions apply to an untrained passenger on a scheduled commercial flight experiencing an unplanned emergency, which is precisely why the equipment that makes sense in one context provides essentially no realistic benefit in the other. So, the next time you sit through a safety briefing and notice parachutes are never mentioned, you will know it is not because airlines have not considered the idea. It is because the conditions under which a parachute could actually help you are almost never the conditions an airliner emergency would ever present.